What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Raising Kanan's Season 1 review. I loved it. I loved it because it restored my faith back into the Power universe. I'm not watching Power Book 2 with Tariq. I just felt like the way the original Power ended with Tariq killing Ghost, I was like, I wasn't on board with it. And then just seeing what Tariq was doing after, I was not on board with that. But this, I'm on board with. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I love what they're doing with the origins of Kanan, seeing how Kanan was in high school, and he's been in it ever since. Mama Raquel, aka Rock, you know what I'm saying? You got Rock. Like, Rock is one of the dominating factors of this show, with Patina Miller just donning this character of Kanan's mom. Cold-hearted, just knew the game, you know, knew how grimy it is, and she can play it really well. I loved Rock in this because I'm telling myself she's the one that's holding it all together. She's the boss, and she's going against a formidable opponent in the drug war with a drug kingpin named Unique, played by Joey Badass. See why Joey Badass is not in Hulu's Wu-Tang, because he most likely was playing in Raising Kanan. And I'm telling myself, I'm like, did a phenomenal job, because he embodied what the drug dealers look like in the 80s and early 90s in New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Dapper Dan custom Gucci MCMs, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, with his name in the back of the jacket, like, just flashy. But you can't tell him nothing because that man got some money, got power. You know what I'm saying? So going back to Kanan and how Kanan really got involved into the life, been in it since then, you know, with his homeboy D-Wiz. You know, Kanan, you know, had this girl at school he really liked since, you know, elementary. Find out that she's with this dude who's a part of Unique's crew, and just didn't like him. You know what I'm saying? Didn't like him because he always wanted to be with this girl, and just so happens they get caught up in some things. But it's like I said, he's in the life already because his mom is a prominent, you know, drug dealer. His uncles, which is, you know, Marvin and Lulu, they hitman, plus they, you know, they run spots. So it's basically he's just grown up in a drug dealing family. So he's in it, you know, with his cousin Juke, and we see how early on the origins of how and why Juke was so crooked too, you know what I'm saying, because she grew up in the same element as him. And we understood Juke, how crazy Juke was in Power, but we get to see the origins of what turned her that way. You know what I'm saying? Her being a early on lesbian, had a love for a white girl that was, you know, like basically her best friend. She basically kind of grew up with her, and how she really fall in love, and tragically the white girl dies, you know what I'm saying, from getting the bad dope out of her bag that was coming from Kanan. So I was telling myself, I'm like, all this transpired together and just brought about a really, really good season. You know what I'm saying? The back and forth between Rock and Unique, and how they had the control of Southside Jamaica Queens. Then you got Omar Epps playing the detective, finding out that the detective is really Kanan's dad instead of the street legend that Rock was with. When he was saying that was Kanan. So I feel like Rock had to do a whole lot to protect Kanan, you know, in this season, hence of why he was, man, your first murder is, man, you got to knock off a detective. That season ending episode was bananas. Didn't think that was going to happen. I was like, wow. But turns out Kanan was so, oh man, I did this. You could just tell Kanan was just what Juke said, man, you mess up a lot, bro. Like, you're a kid. So you always having to mess up. Even his mom said, like, I'm always having to clean up your mess all the time. For the side hustles that he was doing with Marvin, to him and D-Wiz gunning down old boy. Like, she's just having to clean up his mess, because he's thinking oh man, I got this on lock. It's easy, I can do, like, you know what I'm saying? Your boy playing an adult's game. And meanwhile, your people is letting you off the hook every single rip when anybody else would definitely have been gone. You know what I'm saying? And seeing Lulu's path where he's been doing this for a long time, I thought he was like the family's hitman and really good soldier, but it's something broken when he had to knock off D-Wiz. Like, man, I didn't go kill a kid, man. Like, just because he wasn't going to stop talking. And how he did it and everything. I was like, man, bro. Like, he picked him up, took him out, everything. I was like, wow, bro. Murked him at the end. So that kind of changed Lulu. Lulu, was definitely off into the music, with the producing and stuff. And it turned out he was really kind of good at it, just being a overseer up in the studio, giving the producer dope. But he was like, man, you gonna let, my girl's little brother go spit, come out with a dope track, he perform it, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, damn, you really got an ear for music. So that's where he wants to go. And at the end, when they come in and try to burn down his house or whatever, and he's up in the hospital, at the end of the season, he's basically telling Rock, like, I don't want to be in it. You taking it too far. We're not going to survive it. Like, it's too much. And Rock is like, man, nah, we in it to the end. So I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. So that kind of left it open-ended. And, for next season, what the path of Lulu and Rock is going to be. Because Lulu may jump over to Unique or may play both sides. But I feel like him and Marvin not going to last long. You could tell all of them going to meet an untimely demise at some point, but can't wait for that to unfold. Marvin, on the other hand, you get a backstory, a close backstory on Marvin, and when Rock was telling Kanan, like, man, yeah, he was doing side dealings with, like, he can't put nothing together. Everything around him fails. Everything, like, and basically got on Kanan and was like, man, yeah, he used to be a crackhead, and when they bust in his door, like, he's so high, he's over here trying to sell the police an ounce. That's how he ain't the type of person to be doing business with, like. But you see how he was moving dope up in the downtown, kind of like in a high pricey area, in a club, and start messing with the white chick, the owner of the club. Although the owner of the club was messing with the bartender, which is Rock will start to mess with him because that's when Rock seen him and find out that dude's a whole professor at a kind of like a little university or a night school. So I was telling myself, I'm like, it's I don't know. I just feel like there's hints of Ghost in here somewhere that might be Ghost. Ghost might be, from Rock, or Ghost might, I don't know. I just feel like, it's elements of where that's going to come from. Where Ghost is going to come from. Ghost might be a long-lost brother of Kanan. That's just what I'm telling myself. But I was telling myself the whole time, I'd rather this story play out where you don't have Ghost and Tommy. They're going to get introduced sometime, because I remember when he told Ghost and Tommy, let's spray this motherfucker up like it's 1994. So this was, I believe, 1990 or 1991 or 92. It's a little bit before then. So you get to see the actual origins of Kanan before he comes and takes all of it over. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, yeah, this is something to behold. This really got my faith back into power, because this is a really good TV show. I give this 10 out of 10. Just so much involved in it, so many moving parts, because it's so new of characters, but we fell in love with it week by week. And it had the same elements of power, where you got a choking scene from Marvin almost choking Juke out when she found out that she was gay. Almost killed her. That reminds me of reminds me of Tommy choking Holly out when she was pregnant and killing her. So it takes it to that level. You know what I'm saying? Like, it goes to that level. You seen the crackheads getting high off something, and it's related to stories today where a lot of people, dying from OD from laced with fentanyl. So, 50 Cent made a play on that. Rest in peace to Michael K. Williams. But he made a play on that because he referenced the show because it's so relevant right now. Like, a lot of people are getting mixed off of bad drugs and they're dying. So that's why I'm telling myself it's very, very, very gripping. Even when Juke's girlfriend smokes that crack and you just knew what was going to happen. When she took the crack out the bag, I was like, yeah, man, she ain't gonna make it, because I felt bad for her, and I thought she was gonna tell Juke when she was in a party, when they were at the little concert, that she smoked that cocaine induced blunt. And that's when she's been wide open ever since. So I'm telling myself, I'm like, I thought she was going to tell Juke, but Juke had to find out this way. That's what turned Juke, you know, a little bit, you know, not right. And then she started talking to cops, being around cops. So she's evidently going to go down that cop path. But I don't know. I kept telling myself, I feel like Juke is going to mess with that lady, because I feel like that lady's the only one other than Kanan knows that Juke is gay, other than her dad. And when Juke becomes of age, she's going to mess with that cop lady, and that's what's going to make her be a cop. But I feel like that cop's going to die too, because you know him too much. So I'm here for it. I love it. My mind wanders so much. There's so many questions I want answered, but it's only season 1. I love when a season is like that, where I got a whole bunch of questions because there was so much going on. I just really enjoyed watching it on Sunday nights, every night on Starz. And I'm checking out BMF, so this is a good introduction to BMF. I'm here for it. 50's doing his thing. So, you guys enjoyed my review of Raising Kanan's Season 1, Power Book 3. Subscribe to my channel. Post a comment down below. Like the video. It's your boy, D Dyson. Peace.